there's an officer, I'm sorry, but we can't let you in the US. I said, okay, can I know why? I'm curious. And he said, because of your videos.
That's the danger of social media. When it's clipped in a certain way, context goes out of the window.
I hope you're not going to do that with this.
What's the biggest misconception about Islam?
Some people think that women putting perfume is haram.
It's not.
It's not. A woman can wear whatever she wants, or she cannot wear anything she wants. Grow Islam with diluted teachings, or reach fewer with Islam authenticity. It has to be Islam or none. The majority of Muslims are English. They don't have any material to refute extremism in Islam. This is concerning. Muslims today, they have accepted to support Gaza to just put watermelon themes and chant Free Palestine and boycott a can of Coke. Is this how you want to support Gaza?
Today's guest is Faris Al Hammadi. Faris is from the UAE and he teaches, advises and explains Islam. His huge social media reach has made him a religious influencer. And on a few occasions, Faris's honest, direct and blunt assessment of the teachings of Islam has led to some heated exchanges. Faris prides himself on being a student of knowledge, nothing more and nothing less. His views on the current practices of many who follow Islam in the right or wrong way are simply black and white. Now, in a world that is increasingly operating in the grey, it is refreshing to have a genuinely authentic opinion. And with many interpretations and associations around Islam, Faris breaks it all down for us in his own authentic way.
Any man that does not have a bay'ah and allegiance to his imam or his ruler, then he will die a death of jahiliyyah.
This is from the signs of the closeness of Judgment Day, that people will follow the fool and they will leave the scholars.
If you don't have peace and safety in the land, you cannot establish and develop as a country, as a nation, as people, Islamically, economically, socially. Allah will make this religion victorious and support this religion through an immoral, wicked man. How?
Faris, welcome to the hot seat.
Thank you so much. I think I'm the biggest beard as a guest.
Actually, I don't know if that's true. Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. It's a great beard, I have to say.
Thanks, Nat.
Man props to you for that. It's amazing. Am I pronouncing your name right? Because I will have the conversation. You can go Faris.
It's just pronunciation in the end. You know,
So
it's
what-
American Faris,
Yeah.
Arabic Faris,
Faris.
with a big F, fat F,
Faris.
Yeah.
خلاص. Faris.
Faris.
خلاص. من هلا Faris. Amazing.
I like your Arabic.
Yeah,
You
it
speak
sucks.
Arabic, right?
That's about all you're gonna get.
That's it, huh?
That's about it. So my dad's Lebanese, but I never learned Arabic.
Oh,
I was living in Nigeria and the UK, so it was never one of those things that was taught to me. But I married a Lebanese woman, and a few bits and pieces I picked up.
Of course. Lebanese people, they'll rub it on you.
100%.
Yeah.
And they love to rub it on you, right? They love to make sure you speak Lebanese
Yes.
and not something else. Welcome to the show. Really happy to have you.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
Talk to me a little bit about your mug. And you're actually drinking coffee out of your coffee mug, which is fantastic. It's also very rare. Most of my guests, when they come on, they want to have something else. But you've actually gone for coffee. So kudos to you.
Thanks, man. It's called the CEO's mug. And I like to practice my authority at home. And this mug is only used in weekends.
Okay.
When I'm with my kids.
Okay.
Usually I take what do you call these mugs that...
Flasks?
Yeah, flask. There you go.
Yeah.
I got a flask, so I take it to work and it keeps my coffee warm and good. And I don't want to get the flask.
Yeah.
It's more used. I mean,
Yeah.
I use it more, but this is what I like. I enjoy it. It's big. It shows authority. It's black. It's serious.
Okay.
And I ordered it actually from the US, from one of my favorite attire shop. It's a sportswear. It's called Caffeine and Kilos.
Okay, I like
Right,
that.
so-
That's a great name.
Yeah, coffee and kilos, lifting weights, being strong, and basically that's a bit of me.
I like that. So you are a gym guy. I can see that.
Yeah, I have to be in order to survive.
You had your own business one time. You launched a gym a long time ago.
Yes,
Is that right?
I did. It was an experience.
Yeah.
I closed it after a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was brave enough to say that I failed.
But look,
But I learned.
a lot of people try first business, even second business. That happens.
That's fine.
But you never wanted to go back into having your own business since?
Nah,
It's not for you?
it's not for me. It's just I have other plans, other priorities, and it just took too much of my time.
Yeah. So Faris, I mean, how would you describe yourself? Because what you do for a living, I know you have a job, Okay.
Yeah.
You work in an addiction center. Oh, so you have 3.
3 jobs.
Okay. The other 2 are you to disclose them. Yeah. Are they can they be disclosed or not?
Yeah, sure.
So what are your 3 jobs they have at the moment?
I work in a rehab center.
Mhm.
I help out, of course, in substance abuse disorder.
Amazing.
And I work in a charitable organization, which is the 2 jobs. One is an affiliate of the charitable organization. I think maybe you've heard about it since you live in the UAE. It's called Dar al-Bir. Yeah, so I work there in the management side, and also I'm a religious advisor for the Islamic Information Center, which is an affiliate of Dar al-Bir.
Yes.
So I teach people about Islam, the new reverts, anybody interested to know about Islam, I'm there for them.
So I did know that bit, right? I didn't know it was considered a job as an advisory, but let's talk about that. This is why you're here, right? So
I didn't know why I was here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. You're a handsome man. I wanted to have you in there, but I wanted to talk to you about the teachings of Islam, right? I wanted to understand all the misinterpretations and interpretations, what is right, what is wrong, because there's a lot of stuff out there. And you've made a name for yourself in the online community, in the social space, for having a very clear, transparent, black and white approach to many, many things. And I've never had someone on the show, this is season 5, never had anyone on the show to talk in a religious manner about Islam.
Wow.
Really.
Okay.
So I'm here to learn.
That's brave.
I'm very curious, and I want to also for you to have the opportunity to share things, set the record straight on certain things that you may want to set the record straight on, or to talk about things that you haven't really taled about so far.
You got to trigger me, huh?
That's my job.
Okay.
That's my job. And if there's a question that you don't want to answer, I always give my guests I'm an asker. I give them a get out of jail card, a safe word.
Okay.
So I won't ask any further. So do you have a safe word for me?
I have a safe word, but I also try not to use it.
Okay. What is your safe word?
CrossFit.
CrossFit.
Yeah.
Why is that your safe word? What is it about CrossFit that makes you?
I just don't like it. I don't like CrossFit.
You're not a cardio kind of guy.
Nah, it's not cardio. Maybe we can
Come
talk
on,
about.
tell me, what is it? Why CrossFit?
It's the Scientology of sports.
Okay. God, we started. Okay.
I mean, it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to anybody with a shred of knowledge about how you need to practice fitness and exercise. It's random stuff. Just done randomly.
Yeah.
Random stuff done randomly.
But why is that bad?
Because that's called for disaster. It has no results. You need consistency in life.
I saw a program. It was a Korean program. It's like they look at the 100 strongest or 100 fittest people on the planet.
Yeah.
It's a Korean show on Netflix.
Okay.
And the people that end up winning it are typically the CrossFitters.
See that?
Because it looks at strength, it looks at endurance, it looks at this, looks at that. So why do you think it's...
That's misleading.
Okay.
What do you mean? You said the strongest or the fittest?
Both. It looks at every aspect of the physical specimen. So they do different tasks, right? So go from 100 to the eventual winner. They test them on speed, endurance, strength, I don't know, all that kind of stuff.
No.
And the winners end up being CrossFitters.
That's just misleading because CrossFit is mediocre.
Is it?
Yeah, they're mediocre in everything.
Okay.
They don't specialize in anything.
Out of all the things we're going to disagree on, this is not what I thought we were going to disagree on, but I love it. I love it. Well,
Already we're in a controversial matter, so I don't know. Yeah, I thought we were talking about Islam. What's going on?
So you never really, when you were a kid, you never really practiced. You were never really praying a lot. You were, in some ways, I've seen it go on record. You used to pretend in some ways to pray, right?
Well, I was a kid. Yeah, I didn't know. But
And then later on in life, you decided to do a few different things, like launching a business, for example. It wasn't until later that you got into really wanting to learn and become a student of knowledge around Islam. So what was the trigger?
I was curious. It was part of my identity. I lived in a Muslim country. I'm a Muslim. I wasn't really practicing. I wasn't the best Muslim. And I was just curious about this. What is Islam? I had some incidents that gave me an idea. I wasn't happy with it. It was very misleading. It was just stories about, like, sorry to call it, but like blind faith.
Yeah.
I questioned. I'm a very skeptical guy. I questioned it. What does that mean? Is that really true? And so, like, I'll give you one example. Silly, and it's baseless, by the way. Oh, there was people in the jungle who were scared and they were in danger, so they put the Quran on their head, so they got protected. And there was like, what is that? A movie or something? How does that work? And so I started questioning more and more, and it became a problem for me. I don't like unanswered questions. And so I started exploring and reading and listening, and it took me couple of years. I went in wrong directions and I came back and I fixed some things and ideas and all that. And then I started to study Islam, not just read about it. You can read about how beautiful fast cars are, but you won't really know until you drive one and you really feel it and you own it, you know? So same thing with the religion. You got to really get into it, practice it, study it before practicing it, of course. And went on that journey. Alhamdulillah, at that time, there were so many lectures and classes in mosques. So I studied Islam. I think I've spent now already for, 17 years or so. I lost count. But ever since, I'm studying Islam. Till now, I'm studying Islam. As a matter of fact, inshallah, I hope I can attend the class. Tomorrow I have a class, so I have to attend it. But studying it really opened up my eyes to many things, not just religion, many things, life, how to interpret life, how to interpret many things in life.
So what have you learned? What's that? A headline learning that after 17 years of studying Islam, that sort of light bulb moment, or that everything that sort of leads up to that one thing. What is that one thing that you really learned?
We got to submit to one God. To keep it very short, it has a lot of deep meanings, but in the end, I've realized that purpose has been decreed upon us. I always say this, when you bake a cake, the purpose of that cake has been already made, set, before you bake it. You don't just bake a cake and say, I don't know why I baked it, but now I'll find out. What am I going to do with that cake? No, you want to give it, you want to eat it, you want to share it, and then you bake it. And so is us. We came to existence. We have a purpose. You need to just practice that purpose. Accept it first and then practice it. So the more I learn, the more I know, the more I understand that this world is not worth it.
This world's not worth it. Why?
Not worth it as in to make it a priority. Listen, you know that I have degrees. Alhamdulillah, I have 3 jobs. I'm so immersed in this world. But also I don't keep this world as a priority and it's not in my heart. I control my world. My world doesn't control me. Some people are so obsessed with it, and you see that this is like a majority of people, many people I could say. They're just obsessed with this world. It controls them.
Yeah.
Everything is an addiction now. Shopping, social media, money, girls, cars, you name it. Ideas, politics, power, authority, your job, podcasts, whatever it is. It's controlling. Everything wants to take control over you. It's the world. That's how it is.
You mentioned social media. You're very influential on social media. And unfortunately.
I hate social.
But do you not see it as a mechanism to
Absolutely.
share awareness?
That's why I'm on it. The moment when I went on YouTube, was just YouTube back then. I went on and I searched someone to refute extremism in Islam. I couldn't find anything in English. It was dangerous. I was like, what are you talking about? The majority of Muslims are English. They don't have any material to refute extremism in Islam. This is concerning. We had it in Arabic. We got the scholars. They're talking. Unfortunately, they don't speak English. So I spoke to one of my mentors, and a couple of them actually, and I said, Sheikh, this is the situation. This is troubling. I said, okay, so you got some knowledge. Why don't you do it? Oh, okay, can I do it? Yes, do it, but speak with honesty and don't wing it, as in don't say things you don't know and pretend that you know, and don't do it for attention. Simply just teach people.
And
this
do
is
it
your
English.
goal.
And do it in English because there's a massive niche and a need for it. But you don't like to be called Sheikh.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to be humble. I'm not. Sheikh is somebody who's, and his knowledge is way high.
So what do you need to achieve that status, in your opinion? What level of knowledge do you need to have?
Just what I have now, multiplied by 100 maybe.
You've studied for 17 years.
Yeah, I don't think that's enough, for me at least.
How old are you?
42.
Great age, me too.
You're 42?
Yeah, 42. When's your birthday?
1st of November, 1982.
No way.
Don't tell me you're 1st of November.
10th of November.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
But
by the way, the time this is aired, it's going to be much later, so I'm not sure this is going to make the cut.
Oh, right.
But the fact that we're literally 9 days apart, that's incredible.
That's crazy. You look younger than me though.
Thank you, man.
What's the secret?
I appreciate it. My wife keeps me young. I don't know what to say.
Message to you, wife.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
By the way, you're and speaking of which, you have your wife is pregnant now,
Yes,
right? So this is your 5th child, inshallah.
Fifth child, inshallah.
Amazing.
We weren't expecting it, subhanAllah. It's just...
I'm still trying to convince my wife to go for number 3. So far, she's against that.
She's against
Let's see. Still young. So going back to it. So you effectively help spread awareness. You help spread the teachings, the true teachings, in your opinion, of Islam.
Yes.
Is that a calling, or is that something that you've sort of taken on yourself through the need?
What do you mean a calling?
Did God tell you to do this? Were you inspired to do it? Did you have, did you have that kind of epiphany moment where, no, this is what I need to do? Or is it something that I saw there's a gap?
Yes.
I need to go and help.
Absolutely. This is what I see. This is what I saw. There was a gap. We need to do it. Some people are doing it already. It's just not enough. It's not enough. And we got the other party who are doing it in a negative way. They're spreading disinformation about Islam, pretending to be callers to Islam, which is really concerning. So anybody with knowledge needs to step up.
How do you feel when you are speaking with people who are not Muslim, with different faith? Are you the type of person that would look at them and say, come see the lights, I can show you more about Islam? Or do you say, I respect how you are, I respect your beliefs? And
Depends.
Okay.
Depends. If somebody wants me to speak about it, he wants to understand more about Islam, I'm free to. Yeah. I'm very happy to show him and explain and all that. But he's like, listen, man, I'm chill. I'm happy with my faith. Just leave me alone.
So in your mind, your doctrine isn't to try and change people's minds in terms of converting, for example. It's more about clarifying the truth about the teachings.
It's both, but no forcing and not being awkward about it. Sometimes some people aren't aware about Islam, but they want to know. Maybe they don't know anything about Islam. Just tell them. If they want to accept it, at least appreciate Islam. Yeah. You have to follow it. We have a thing in Islam. It's called la ikraha fi din. There's no compulsion in religion. You can't force people into it. It's in the heart. You can't just change the heart.
In fact, the more you try and force, the more they reject.
Exactly. So it doesn't work. Yeah.
What's the biggest misconception about Islam?
I'm talking globally here.
Right.
That's a backwards religion. It's a barbaric religion. The Prophet of Islam is someone of, let's just keep it very general. He's a bad person. Certain words or labels have been, stuck on him, which is just absolute lies.
When you hear this, when you see this, how does it make you feel? What do you want to do about it?
Clarify. Just call to Islam. Call to just clarify these things. Sometimes people have just set up their minds like, this is how I want to feel about Islam, but that's not true. It's fine. It makes me happy. Fine. But I need to clarify. You want to accept it, accept it. You don't want to accept it, at least allow other people to accept it. So, you've got these people, it's a trend now. And we're going to burn the Quran. You've seen this. It's just a silly thing. We've seen some politicians doing it, like influencers doing it, activists doing it. So what are you trying to achieve with it? Yeah. It's just a copy. You're not going to hurt anyone with it. You're just going to hurt yourself. And got crazy people out there who's going to come out and really hurt you. Yeah. Of course, I condemn that. That's un-Islamic also to do. But going out there and provoking 2 billion people, why? What is that? What are you trying to prove? Yeah. So it's just silly because of misinformation.
Is it ignorance? Yeah, but why? Where is it stemming from? Is it not understanding? Not. Is it?
I think.
Is it a laziness where they don't want to know?
It's choosing not to understand. It's hatred. I mean, ignorance is something. We're all ignorant at some point, and we still are. We're trying to learn. But when you're ignorant, you don't act upon ignorance. These people are acting upon ignorance. So it doesn't make any sense to me. So that's hate. And hate is a very powerful thing. It's a very, very powerful feeling that make you do crazy things.
Online, you divide opinion a lot of the time. A lot of people see you in the sense of they absolutely love you, or they're scared of hate, right?
Really?
And the opinions that you have, and the black and white nature.
Interesting.
And you're saying things, and you're speaking from the heart. You're speaking your truth.
Yeah.
Are you mindful that you're going to receive a potential backlash in any way?
Absolutely. You have to know this, Luca. When you say the truth, you're going to have enemies, whether you like it or not. You're going to have enemies. If you want to please everyone, that's not the truth. You can't. It's just, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
The Prophet, we believe that he had the truth. We had so many enemies because they just rejected the truth. And that's the world. Everybody has enemies. You just need to pick your enemies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pick your battles potentially, or is it always a battle regardless? Because with the way I see it with you is that you don't try and pick and choose where to fight. You try and fight it all. You take it all on. Yeah, because you want to try and clarify certain misconceptions.
Absolutely. So the people who I'm trying to expose, sometimes I'll expose people by name. I have to, because they're misleading. So I say so-and-so person.
You call them
video.
You call them out.
Yeah, and then he said this and this is wrong. And so he's gonna come and attack me.
Has anyone ever come to you from the government or from, a organization, public sector, and basically told you, chill out?
Calm down? No.
Do they? And the other flip side is, do they encourage you to do more? Because look, the UAE is a beautiful place,
Yes.
right? But the UAE now is home to 200 different type of nationalities, cultures, and they're not all following Islam. So it's multi-faith.
We coexist.
Yeah. So do you feel like you need to do more because you're an Emirati?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you need to do even more because this is your country and you want to make sure that Islam is still never forgotten and still,
Absolutely.
that's still right, right in the center of our thinking and our daily lives?
People need to understand it. It's a great opportunity. I think it's irrespectful. If I go to a country where there's a religion, I want to know about this religion. It's out of respect, their culture, their religion, what they think, how they dress, how they eat, what they believe. It's nice.
Yeah.
And I think it's really shameful that we have people here coming to the UAE, living here. They don't know anything about Islam. Absolutely nothing. It's why?
Yeah.
It is, appreciate the place where you live in.
You spent some years in the UK.
Not years, no. I've been
You
to
did,
the UK.
yeah, but you never lived there. But you did a course, right? It's
Imperial College.
Imperial College.
Yeah.
But you never lived there.
No, I went there for a month.
Okay.
And the course was online for a whole year.
Okay.
So yeah.
And what about in other countries that you've been
Never.
visited?
Never. I've visited many countries. I've visited Europe, France, Italy, Sweden. I got family in Sweden. Because of the migrate, I'm half Iraqi. So, the war that happened, so they went there. They're living there. They're Swedish, got the Swedish passport. Funny enough, I've tried to visit the U.S., Miami in specific. We had a conference for substance abuse disorder. And
They need that in Miami.
oh yeah.
That's it. So it's the right city to have that in.
So I was arrested in the airport and I was banned and I was sent back.
Were you really?
Yeah, it was a very bad.
Why? How
experience.
come? How were you arrested?
This is funny because, and I don't know. I reached the airport. They took my phone. It was the previous Trump administration. That's how you call it, administration.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as soon as I arrived to the counter, and the flight was so long, I think it's 18 hours or so, and I was in economy, so you can imagine.
You're a big guy as well. That's tough.
Yeah. So I reached the counter and they straight away took my phone, and they told me come this way, and I sat down somewhere for I think an hour. My phone was unlocked, and then they started interrogating me for maybe 3 hours, asking me like things
Like what? What are they asking?
politics. What do you think of this group? What do you think of that group? How's your childhood? Who are your friends? What do you do with your friends? What do you speak about? Like crazy things. I wouldn't even. I had to think about these answers. Like I don't know. How's your child? Hey, things like where did you travel? Where did you go? And I had a letter because I work the rehab center that I work in is a government entity. So I had a letter like official, like I need to attend this place, and there was an invitation from the conference organizers. And so after interrogation, I got arrested. I was put in a cell. I could tell it's a cell because the bathroom was not private. It's just there. And I had to sleep on the floor.
Wow.
After 18 hours
But
of...
based on what? Based on racial profiling?
Till now, I don't know.
Because you had a beard? And because you've come from the Middle East?
Funny enough,
What's the reason?
the guy with
There must
me-
be a reason for detaining you.
Here's the punchline. After there's an officer, I believe he's a higher rank, and he come up to me, he's like, I'm sorry, but we can't let you in the US. And I said, fine, it's your country, your rules, no problem. I need to go back. And they said, yeah, there's a problem. Oh, before that, I said, okay, can I know why? I'm curious because, I've waited here for hours. And he said, because of your videos. He said that. I don't know if it's the truth or not, but he said, because of your videos. So I smiled and I said, what's wrong with my videos? I say nothing that is against the law or anything about politics. I just simply explain Islam. And he said, the decision is made. That's how it is. And so I said, all right, I respect that. I need to go back to my country. And they said, yeah, there are no flights available now. The only flight that's available is after 3 days. And we can't hold you in the airport for 24 hours. So we need to take you to prison. And I said, no, wait, I'm not a criminal. You can't do that. I'm going to go back to my country. The other officers were very kind with me. They're really nice. They're really helpful. They're very respectful too, Mexicans. And so they were like, okay, we'll help you out because it's too much work for us to have to take you
Paperwork.
paperwork, and we don't want to do that. He seemed like a nice guy. So they found a flight from Frankfurt to Dubai, and they're like, okay, you can go with that. And I had to pay for that, 17,000 dirhams.
What?
Yeah, I had to pay for that. And
where's your company in all of this? The ones that sent you over there, they weren't even getting involved.
well, at the moment, at that time, I didn't speak to them. I spoke to them. It was late at night.
And Faris, there was nothing else going on. You're telling the story as is. You're not missing out. Anything.
Yes.
You weren't like
No.
carrying something or
No.
smuggling something. Because that's
very
your English is excellent. You're very presentable.
The guy with me had a bigger beard, and he spoke nothing in English.
So that you think it's his fault?
No, he went in.
Look, there's a lot
He was
of racial profiling. It happens all the time. But do you believe it, or do you think it was your content and you were
Maybe it's both. I
Does
don't
that
know.
annoy you though? Like, because you're not going to be the first or the last person that's going to get called up because you're promoting Islam.
Because of misinformation about Islam, this has happened. Today, Muslims, if they see a beard, they get scared. It's dangerous. And that's what I'm saying. I have a mission.
Yeah.
This misinformation about Islam is
So what is that mission?
upsetting.
What is your core mission?
Clarify. Really, I want people to understand Islam.
Okay.
And I think that if you won't accept Islam as a religion, at least you'll appreciate it. At least you'll say, this is good. And I've had atheists, they don't believe in God.
Yeah.
And they say, you know what? I think Islam is needed.
Yeah.
Because they know. They said, we read about Islam and we know, and it's good.
Is the faith in Islam amongst Muslims stronger or weaker than ever before?
Now,
Mm-hmm.
weaker, much weaker.
Why is that? Why is it getting weaker?
Too much worldly things, too much materialism, too much social media, too much
But you're on social. That's the challenge. You use it.
double standards. Huh?
Yeah, you can't. You can't have a go at something and then be on it at the same time.
Yes.
And be a massive influence. You've got a million odd people following.
Well, I didn't plan to.
Yeah.
I mean, you see my video. I don't take any effort. Like recording the car, man.
Yeah.
But I'm in it because I'm forced to do it. I'm talking about when I say social media, I say social media as in the harmful social media. Social media is not haram. Social media is haram if you use it haram.
It's just a vessel. Right?
Yeah, it's a tool. Like you said, it's a tool. But most people who use social media, they use it for harmful things, harmful to themselves.
So when was this? Okay, so the irony of what you're saying is that the conviction of Islam amongst Muslims is weakest now than it's ever been.
Yeah, it's getting
Yet the perception of Islam, right, to people who are non-Muslims, is more negative than it's ever been. Is that fair? Or is it actually starting to change? Are we seeing some more acceptance and understanding?
I think there's a bit of both, but I don't know which one is more, to be honest. There's a big wave of hatred, and you know how some of the countries of other faiths, they're going back to being conservative, and we've seen that even social media. They're like forcing, like, no, Islam, this is a barbaric religion. They weren't like that before, and now they are. And also at the same time, we've seen Muslims waking up and non-Muslims waking up and like, no, wait a minute, maybe there's some truth in Islam and maybe we need to understand it. And with the Gaza thing that happened, people are just like realizing there are people who are spreading misinformation about certain countries, certain religions.
Yep.
And so they're both waves that are
So let's look at Saudi. Okay, Saudi is the OG. It's the OG when it comes to Islam. Let's put it that way. The Crown Prince has done a lot of great work in sort of modernizing the country.
Yes.
But he faces a lot of backlash from a lot of conservatives. So how do you see modern day Saudi within the context of this sort of battle between keeping Islam strong and then sort of diluting it with worldly goods?
See, we have to development in this world and being a powerhouse in economy, in politics, is something required for survival for countries. At the time of the Prophet, he would politically develop, economically develop. This is normal for any country, for any state. But we have to do it within the boundaries of Islam. And Islam does not restrict us to the point that we lose. Okay, and I'm saying lose as in economy and in politics and all that. Now, along the line, people make mistakes. I believe Islam tells us that nobody's an angel. We make mistakes, whether he's a ruler, whether he's a CEO, whether he's whatever he is. And so along the line, getting into so much development and all that, he's going to fall into mistakes. May Allah forgive him. May Allah forgive us all. Yeah. But we don't attack our people. This is the problem. When you say conservative, we see people that claim to be, conservative, all pro-Islam, but they only attack Muslims. Like they're obsessed with Saudi. Saudi's this, Saudi's that. Bro, hang on a minute. Where do you live? And usually they live in the West. And so what part of Islam is that? Now, I'm not having any problem for Muslims against Muslims who live in West. Some of them are converts. Maybe they're in the UK, maybe in US, maybe in Europe, whatever. But to come and police people and be the high knight and you are the perfect Muslim and then you're trying to school us about Islam, that doesn't sit very well.
Yeah. Are you for or against the progressive nature of what the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman was trying to do in Saudi?
With whatever is good for the Muslims and good for the people and good for the land, I'm with.
Okay.
If anything goes against Islam, I'm against.
Okay, very clear. You ready to take charge of the show?
Yeah, sure.
Faris. That's all right. Faris. That wasn't bad. Come on, that's not bad.
Good. That's good.
We've got 6 questions on golf balls. Take the bag. Okay. Take one question out at a time. You've watched the show. You know what to do.
Yes, I've researched you.
Yes.
While I'm picking my golf ball, I'm interested in you've lived in the UAE for how long?
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah, very proudly. I'm very grateful.
You like the UAE? Yes.
I loved it. I mean, look, I came here from the UK.
Don't say that because you're just here.
I did a social post about it 3 days ago. So I put my mouth where my heart is. Is that right? I lived here 15 years. I came here thinking I'd only be here for 2 years. I was 28 years old. Thought I'd make some money. I'd go back to the UK. It's fine. I ended up falling in love with the opportunities, with the security, with the life, the quality of life. And nobody belongs in the UAE, and yet everybody belongs in the UAE.
Yeah.
And it's the only place when I come back into Dubai, I land in Dubai, I feel relief.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
At no other place in the world, wherever I've lived, and I grew up in Africa, I lived in the UK, I've traveled halfway around the world. Dubai hits differently. I've never lived in Abu Dhabi, so I can't comment, but I'm a big fan of this country. And look, I have 2 beautiful kids because I met my wife here. We settled down here.
You got married here?
I got married in the UK.
Okay.
I got married in the UK during COVID times.
Wow, so
Yes,
brave.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Less cost, or is that smartly planned? Or
it was always the plan to be close to my family there. And we got married in a church. That was important to me. We have churches here, but I wanted to get married in my home church in the UK.
So you're a Catholic?
So yeah, it depends on which country I'm in. So for example, my mum is Italian and she's a Roman Catholic, but my dad is a Maronite. So in Lebanon, Maronites are a certain sect of Catholicism. The main differences in the doctrine is that if you're a priest, you can have had kids and get married.
That's
in Lebanon.
In Lebanon.
So a Maronite priest can have kids and be married. That's one of the biggest differences with the Catholic Church. So in Lebanon, I'm a Maronite. Outside of Lebanon, I'm a Catholic.
Okay.
And they're slightly different, mainly because the doctrine...
Is that allowed to change your...
It's not changed, it's part of the same. I was baptized a Catholic and I was raised as a Catholic. But in Lebanon, I'm recognized as a Maronite because my father's recognized as a Maronite.
Okay.
They're the same. They're fundamentally the same. The only difference is the priest can have... That's really the only difference.
Interesting. Are you a practicing Christian?
I do, yeah. I do go
When was
to
the
church.
last time you went to church?
About 4 weeks ago. So not regularly. But the challenge I have is that there aren't that many churches in Dubai. They're oversubscribed.
What does that mean, oversubscribed?
There's too many people wanting to go to church. So you have to go very, very early. And I have 2 young boys, which I try and take. And they're 3 years old and they're 2 years old. And practically,
difficult to manage.
It's very difficult to sit in the traffic, to get a good seat. You have to go well in advance. It's difficult. But I don't believe you always have to go to church to have a prayer with God. And I think practicing prayer is more important as a practice because God will forgive me if he knows the situation I'm in.
But what does Catholicism, is that how you say? Yep. Catholicism say?
You have to go to church.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to go to church. There's many things that they say, but one of them is that you have to always honor
Sunday.
Yes.
And you have to go to church on Sunday. It's a must.
It's one of the things that you're raised to always do. Now, I am not the most Christian Catholic person out there, and I will never pretend to be, but I also believe that the way you treat other people, the way you have a clear conscience based on your own actions or lack of actions of certain things, are just as important as the physical act of going to a place of worship. That's my belief.
Okay. Would you call yourself a liberal Christian?
I don't know enough about the subject
Oh, really?
to answer that question. What I do know is that I practice more than most who are people of my age, but there's a lot more that I could still be doing. So where that puts me, I don't know, but I don't want to judge anybody. Everyone has their own relationship with God. I have my own, and as long as my conscience is clear, is what my mum always told me, I'm very happy.
You're good.
Man. Good question, though. Yeah, go for it, mate. The show is yours. Hi, everyone. I really hope you're enjoying the episode so far. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Throughout my career, I've met a lot of people that have anxiety when it comes to public speaking. If you're someone that has that anxiety or nervousness and has always wanted to be more confident in public speaking, but you're also not sure where to go or how to start, the good news is I might be able to help. I have 20 years experience working in corporate communication. I'm a former regional CEO and I've helped to win over 80 different clients through new business pitches. With so many online trainings based on theory, I wanted to share what's helped me in the business world. I've launched my own training program called Master Pitch. The 7-module course covers everything you need to know, whether it's learning how to really understand the audience, how to deliver real impact, or how to effectively storytell. I've got it covered. With practical tips and real examples, you can immediately start turning that anxiety into confidence. Also, in a world of AI, there's never been a more important time to invest in your personal brand and in developing your public speaking. For more information, go to lucaallam.com or drop me an email at info@lucaallam.com. Right, let's get back to the episode.
Wow. Does spirituality drive political agendas, or do political agendas harness spirituality? Good question. Spirituality, when we say spirituality, in essence, we mean religion.
Religion.
Does religion drive political agenda? Religion is a guide to life. It drives everything in life. Everything, even your nutrition.
How does it drive my nutrition?
Well, Allah tells us how to eat. The Prophet told us how to eat. وَكُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا وَلَا تُسْرِفُوا. Eat and drink without excessiveness. That's nutrition, right? It's a diet plan. And it's a beautiful diet plan, a very advanced diet plan. Calories in, calories out. You want to lose weight.
Is there anything about CrossFit?
Fortunately. No. But it says don't hurt yourself. So that's
Okay.
that goes under that. But you got Islamic sects and groups who are not on the right path, who use spirituality to drive their agenda. They have an agenda, they have a political agenda to harness spirituality. That is there. That is absolute. Religion is a very powerful weapon.
In the wrong hands, it's destructive. And
Oh, yeah. It's worse than
but that's
nuclear.
what a question is really asking.
Yes.
So which would you go with?
Absolutely.
Which one drives which?
In reality, spirituality drives political agenda. Not in reality. The truth should be, the right way to be is spirituality should drive political
But the
agenda.
reality is the other way around.
Reality is in certain situations, yes, it's the other way around.
How does that make you feel when you know political agendas are using Islam?
Very angry. Very angry. So Islam is a beautiful thing and you're misusing it. God knows what's going to happen to you in the hereafter.
Yeah.
But in this life, this is misleading a lot of people.
Yeah. Why is jihad, the word jihad, used a lot to justify? It's misinterpreted, I know, but why is it used to justify political agendas and military agendas?
Why is it used?
No, yeah. So the word jihad
Yes.
is used and overused to justify political or military agendas.
Because it's linked with emotions. It's the good guys versus the bad guys. And so people,
But aren't you preying on someone's ignorance? I mean, help me. You're preying on their lack of education,
Yes.
their lack of awareness of certain
The
subject
good
matter.
guys, you need to go and fight the bad guys.
Storytelling. But that's
Yes.
what's been happening.
Just like the US military. After 9/11, you see the movies about military. It's basically just like jihad calling. It's the same thing. Jihad is an act of worship.
Yeah.
Got conditions, got rules, got responsibilities. You can't just call people to jihad. What are you, crazy? That's not how it works. As a matter of fact, there are different levels of jihad. I think maybe you've done a little bit of research about that.
That's why I said there's different forms of jihad.
Exactly. There's a military jihad, there's a self-jihad, there's a shaitan jihad, which is Satan, the temptations. There's jihad of refutation, of misinformation. That's also jihad. Yeah, it's a struggle towards good, against bad, whatever it is, on different levels. When it comes to military, logically speaking, Luca, who has the military? Rulers, governments. They have the responsibility of that so-called military jihad. When does it occur? When does he call the shots? When does he say, no, chill, let's have a diplomatic talk, let's have a peace agreement, let's have this, that. That's up to him. That's not up to us. And so today you see some social media, like some committee from some country says, okay, all Muslims, it's time for jihad. Are you crazy? It's not a party.
Yeah.
We got countries, we got rules, we got agreements. You don't just call for jihad.
It becomes empty though when you say it so often.
Empty to us because we think. But to the ignorant,
people, yes.
yeah, they will go. Well, what happened in Syria? What happened when the Arabs, I would call it spring, it's not spring, it's hell.
Yeah.
What happened? This is what happened. We got people going there, thinking that this is jihad. No, Habibi, this is not jihad. This, you're killing yourself.
So what happens when you have all this power and it's in the wrong hands?
Division, destruction, laws that hurts people like me. You get arrested in the U.S. Beards are not allowed in some countries. Hijab is banned. Man, the whole world have changed. The whole world. That's why I'm saying it's worse than nuclear weapon. Because nuclear, I'm not trying to sugarcoat nuclear weapon, but nuclear weapon bombed. Halas.
Yeah,
People
it's
dead.
one and done. It's one and done.
One and done. Here you're changing generations after generations. You're changing belief. Yes, it's crazy. It's scary. It's really scary. And that's why we need to fight this.
And how do you fight it?
Yeah, education, awareness, fighting these people who are, alhamdulillah, now Saudi and UAE. I don't know if you've heard this. They're imprisoning scholars. I don't know if you've heard this before. So some of these fake Islamic preachers, they're saying that Saudi's bad, and one of the bad things they're doing is because they are arresting scholars. What scholars? Scholars are there. Yesterday they've appointed one of the biggest scholars as their Grand Mufti. They're saying they're arresting scholars. Who are these scholars? People who are calling for fake jihad, people who are saying these Muslim rulers are no good and we need to overthrow them. Habibi, what are you trying to do? What good is that? You know what I mean? You're destroying generations of building economy and all that for nothing. So it's a mess. It's a mess. Sorry, I'm very passionate.
No. There might be a few golf balls that hint on them. So
should I?
Yeah, put them wherever you like. They tend to stick around.
Okay.
Oh, I love your trainers, by the way.
Thanks, man. These are from a friend.
Okay. You have this. You share shoes, or they
he
gifted
made them. He made them, and
he gifted them to you, huh?
No, I bought them.
They're from his company.
Yes.
Give them a special shout out. What's the name of the company?
Athari Wear.
Athari Wear.
I'm wearing your shoes, bro.
How much do those bad boys cost? That'd be very cool.
525 dirhams.
Okay, so they're moderately priced similar to everything else. Okay.
Yeah, affordable, better than the other brands. I don't want to mention names.
Okay.
Or very overpriced.
Very nice.
But anyways, let's go. Oh, wow. God. I want to say CrossFit, but I'm not going to say CrossFit.
What's the question?
I'm sweating already. Polygyny. This is worse than this, man.
It gets better and better. So go on. What's the question?
Polygyny. Where do we draw the line between policy, personal choice, or practicality? That's a deep question. That needs like a thesis, man. Okay. Where do we draw the line between policy, personal choice, and practicality? First of all, it is a personal choice. Polygyny has
for men and women, or just for men?
No, for men.
Talking about men, yes. I'm talking about, yeah. Just double check that.
Okay. For men, it's a personal choice.
Okay.
Many Muslims today, they say, no, polygyny in Islam is only for a reason. What reason, my dear sister? If the woman can't get pregnant, they just made up this thing.
No.
Or the consent of the first woman is there. Or you need to marry a widow. Or you need to marry, what do you call a widow? A wife that her husband died is a widow.
Yeah.
Or a divorcee. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. And I said, wait a minute. Where did you come up with this? They just made it up because it suits their agenda. Yeah. Yeah. So Allah Azza wa Jal in the Quran, it's mentioned in the Quran that you can marry more than one, 2, 3, or 4. But be just. طيب. Let's look at the Prophet. he practice this? Yes. He married more than one. The companions, the disciples of the Prophet, did he marry more than one? Yes. Okay, let's look at other civilizations. Do they have polygyny? Yes. All of them.
I mean, Genghis Khan pretty much,
Married the whole world.
Yeah, he didn't marry them. He did other things with them.
That's a different story. Other civilization, this was not. So even in the animal kingdom, some animals, they tend to have partners, different, various partners. But we're not animals. Well, we are in a way, but yeah. Anyways, so it's permitted in Islam. It's a personal choice. You do it in a responsible way, in a just way, and don't transgress. It's not the right of the woman. Somebody might say, wow, that's very misogynist. Well, if you think about it, it's a solution for there are big problems socially. Today, we see women, divorcees, single, 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, and they say, non-Muslims too, huh? I've had my own personal experience. Non-Muslims, Muslims, reverts, they say, you know what? We're ready to marry a man who's married. We don't care. Why, sister? What happened? This life is too tough. I want a family. I want kids. I'm tired of this life. I'm tired of being alone. Women are emotional. That's how they are. That's the beauty of them.
Men can be emotional too. I mean,
Yes.
I'm emotional.
Yes. I mean, yeah, we can be. But, women, generally speaking, they are the emotions are...
The thing is with Faris, these types of things, they can be true, but they might not always be a bullseye. You're going to have a lot of outliers that doesn't make sense for, right? So
Absolutely.
and that's the danger of social media. When it's clipped in a certain way, context goes out of the window, and certain things are remembered.
Yes. I hope you're not going to do that with this.
No, it's not about that. But the people who listen throughout, rather than look at just the short form kind of content. So going back to the question, exactly, because
About personal choice.
there's personal choice, but there's also practicality. You can't have, and you've said this a few times, you shouldn't have more than one wife if you can't afford it.
If you can handle it and afford it.
Handle it and afford it. So what do you mean by handle it?
Handle it as in, it's a responsibility. People think when you have more than one wife, it's ala tool, straight away. What do they think? The intimate part. Oh, you're getting that. That's what you need. What about all the responsibilities that the man is having? The house, the expenses, taking care of, all that stuff. That's a lot of work.
The arguing, the headaches.
Okay, you said it, not me.
It's okay. I tell my wife what I tell my audience. Yeah.
Okay, we're mature enough to be transparent with our rights. So all these things, you have to ask yourself as a man, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Yes or no? Who's getting the best out of it? The second wife.
Okay, explain.
Well, she's the new wife. She's the one who's getting a family. She's getting a husband. She's actually getting a husband of somebody else's, husband. Yeah. See, in reality, women don't have a problem with polygyny. Women have a problem with which wife are they.
The number, the ranking.
Yeah. If she's the first wife, I'm not going to share my husband. If she's the second wife, please, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
And this is what I've seen with women. They reach to an age, I don't care.
So what's the profile of the fourth wife?
That's that's the number one. It doesn't matter. After the two, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so 3 and 4 kind of.
That's it. Yeah, they're just there. And
but are men capable of having up to 4 wives now? Because we talked a little bit about Islam sort of being weakened.
Yeah.
And the strength in religion. Yes. Are men as strong as they were before, or they're stronger?
I answered the question in a technical way. Yeah. Practically speaking, today, it's not impossible, but extremely difficult. It's extremely situational. I can't, honestly, I haven't met a man till now. I'm not saying it's absent, absolutely, but I haven't met a man of my age, from my friends, who is capable and ready to practice polygyny. They make a mess. They make a total mess about it. And some people, it's a big topic, man. Some people, they use polygyny because they failed in their first marriage. They failed. They don't like their wife. They're not really compatible, but they got kids and they're way too deep in it. We're not going to have a divorce now. And so I'm going to fix my mistake and get another wife.
Yes.
And I want the love back.
Speaking of divorce, you can get divorced very quickly in Islam.
Yeah.
In Christian faith,
You can't.
ooh, It's not quick. It can happen, but it takes a long time. If you're from Lebanon, it's very, very messy, and it can take years.
Yeah.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing that you're able to divorce quickly, or it's harder to divorce quickly? Like, what is actually the right kind of blend?
So you're asking a Muslim.
I know, but I want to know the justification about why you think it's a good thing.
Because it's a tool to escape faults and problems and harm.
But does it give you a get out of jail card before you've even started? Knowing that if all doesn't go well, I'm not going to be able to commit to this woman at the first sign or second sign or third sign.
Back out.
Yeah.
Then why you want to waste time with her and waste her time? Khalas, you don't. Like religion. You force people into religion. No, you don't force people into marriage.
What happens if someone comes to your job, your company, and they have the first 2 or 3 days, they don't like it, so they will quit after the first 2 or 3 days?
Yes.
They shouldn't give it time?
No, why not? Why? We have probation period, don't we?
Mm.
And even after probation, who in the right mind would say, no, you can't leave.
Yeah.
Just leave, khalas.
What about if you buy a car? Okay, you test drive the car, you like it. After 3 or 4 times, I'm kind of bored. What do you do with the car? Do you get rid of the car?
That's different. It's a purchase.
It's a commitment. It's again, I'm giving you different types of commitments.
Yes.
Job commitments, purchase commitments, love commitments.
Mm-hmm. Love is different. Religion is different. Even religion.
You can love a car, you can love a job.
Yeah, but there's a purchase. So there's damage into the owner, the manufacturer, the seller. I've sold you the car. I've got the money. You can't just return it back. That's a bit different. But a woman.
Well, you're returning it back to her father, potentially, right? If you're divorcing.
Yes. But also at the same time, this is a life commitment. This is not a car. I think it's undermining marriage when you say, well, you bought a car and so you have to stick to it.
Yeah.
Fine, it's not going to change a lot in my life. It's a car. But when you're saying you married a woman, you have to stick to her or else.
But your car shouldn't be as big a commitment as your wife. Surely your wife should be the biggest commitment that you make.
But see,
But you're able to get out of that commitment much easier than you are a smaller commitment like a car. You see where I'm going with it?
Yeah, but the comparison is very.
Doesn't have to, it can be anything. I can give you. You know what?
Any purchase.
I've started going to the gym. I'm committed on a 1 year membership to the gym. I've been 3 times. Don't like it. I'm not gonna do it.
Okay, don't go.
But is it good for you? Is that the right thing?
Yeah, but you don't have to get the money back. Any purchase.
It's not about the financial. It's the principle of the commitment. No matter if it's a big commitment or a small commitment.
Yeah, if you don't.
Surely marriage is the biggest commitment you're ever going to make.
Absolutely.
But you can get out of it. You can get out of a marriage quicker than you can get out of a lease on a car or a gym membership.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
Do you see why for me, for someone who's not in the faith, how that doesn't seem?
Because there's another person. You got the rights over that person in a gym membership or a car. It doesn't have any feelings. I can just not go. The gym is not going to be sad. Oh, you're not showing me emotions.
In no way, by the way, am I comparing women to any of these things. But it's about the idea of the commitment that you're making as an individual.
So when you commit to a woman and you don't want to be with that woman and you were forced to be with that woman, what do you think is going to happen? That's just a disaster of a relationship.
Yeah, but the way I see it, this is why I'm going to agree.
So you force somebody into it?
No, I'm going to. I don't think you should. The first sign of trouble or any shoes to jump out. That for me doesn't build. It doesn't set the right kind of example to the children that you want to have later on. That when things get a little bit tough, I'm out. That's my issue with having things done easy.
Okay. So you're saying you have to stay.
I'm saying divorce can happen. But I'm saying that in the faith, it's so much more difficult in some faiths than in Islam to get divorced.
But who said it's that easy?
Again, this is what I'm understanding. But that's why you're here. I want to know more.
There is dowry you have to pay. There is court you have to go. There's papers you have to say. You have to stand in front of the court. And maybe even if it's a harmful divorce, you have to pay a lot of money. I've seen people who just went homeless because of their divorce. Homeless.
Yeah.
Because they said, the judge sees you got kids, you got everything. He's harmful to her and he's not being committed and he just wants to divorce. He's playing around. He's drinking. He's going out with his friends. And the judge sees this. He says, what are you joking around? This is a mess. No, you compensate her with everything you got and he ruins his life. That can happen.
Did you ever think about getting married again?
Hey, come on. Yes, of course. I'm a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't?
No, I can't.
Why?
I just too much. I got 3 jobs, bro. Come on. How? It's not possible.
You haven't said your stable job. I'm impressed. I want to keep going. All right, let's do another ball.
The The question says preference. Grow Islam with diluted teachings or reach fewer with Islam authenticity. Quality over quantity, all the way. I can't choose half a picture of Islam and says that's where it is. No. It has to be Islam or none. Because we in Islam, we believe that guidance is from Allah. It's not from us. We're just causes. And if we're going to guide to Islam or call to Islam, we have to call to it the correct way.
Yeah.
The call to Islam isn't worship, is a worship by itself. And so we have to do it the right way. So it's fewer with authenticity all the way.
So it's not a numbers game, because that's what the other side would say, is that the Muslims are breeding more than any other religion, Christians, etc. And there are concerns amongst other religions that they're being outbred.
Outnumbered, yeah.
So however you become Muslim, or however you become Christian, or however you become Buddhist, or whatever you believe in, you're Jewish, whatever the case may be, it's about making sure that you don't lose the upper hand.
Absolutely.
So volume over quality, or quantity over quality, in some instances have seen that actually no, it's all about the numbers game, irrelevant of how pure the actual message authenticity is. Does that resonate with you? Do you see why people might think that?
Yeah, it's a very pragmatic approach to religion, and it makes no sense to me. If you go back to the texts and the revelations and what the prophets would say, and he said at the end of time, in the day of judgment, there will be prophets, messengers, with only one man with them. And there'll be prophets with no man with them. And there'll be prophets with a lot of people with them. And then he mentioned Moses. There'll be a lot of people, followers of Moses, would come into heaven. And so we understand from this that the prophet is a caller to the truth. He is the truth. He called to the truth, but there's nobody with him. It shows that it's not about quality. It's not about quantity. It's about quality. And this is the right approach to Islam. And like I said at the beginning, this is the foundation of God. Allah is the one that guides.
Yeah. So I absolutely agree with you. And no matter what religion you have, you got to practice it correctly with the real teachings. Otherwise, it can be misused, like we talked about before. On the banners of evil, it can be. I mean, most of the wars over the last 1,000 years have been all religious causes.
I think all wars
interpreted as religious causes.
All wars are about religion.
Recently, more economic, but they're under the guise of potential religion.
Yes.
Should we do another ball, my friend?
Western media and AI channel dominance provide resistance for Quran teachings debate.
So if you look, the reason of this is basically who runs OpenAI, where's it coming from, ChatGPT and all these AI agents.
Yeah.
Who runs all social media channels? It's all coming from the West.
Yeah.
Okay.
You mean non-Muslims, or basically?
Effectively,
Yeah.
right? So with potentially their own religious agendas.
Oh, really? Okay. That's interesting coming from you.
So how much are they helping to prevent the real spread and then sort of indoctrinating a negative perception on Islam?
I see. In Islam, it is allowed and permissible to deal with non-Muslims. Trade with them, deal with them, coexist with them. That's fine. You have your religion, I have my religion. I don't have to harm you. I don't have to disrespect you. The Prophet, when he was in Medina, he migrated to Medina. He was living with Jews and pagan worshippers, and he made a law to protect them, and they protect him and respect them and coexist with them. That's fine. But now, if something that they are selling to us, or we are using something from a non-Muslim, whoever it is, even a Muslim, that can harm religion, harm us, violate our Islam.
They become a vehicle for hurting Islam.
Absolutely, they reject it. Like, for example, AI is a good thing if you use it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But don't use it to pretend that you're knowledgeable about Islam. Nowadays, they do that. AI, give me a hadith and all that. And no, don't do that. AI is AI. It's not a sheikh. It's not a mufti. It's not going to give you a fatwa, right? So don't use that. That's just bad. Another thing is that AI can have violations in Islam.
Yeah.
It's creating images and things.
Yeah.
That's haram.
Social media is not owned by, from what I understand, the owners are not Muslim, right? The Metas of the world, for example, right? The Googles and the Facebooks even the TikToks now of the world,
Yeah.
the Snapchats,
Yes.
right? They're not run by Muslim organizations or even Muslim individuals.
I don't care about your religion or my
But do
religion.
you feel that there's an issue with that? Because if they had an anti-Islam agenda,
Absolutely.
this is what the question is. It's about their vehicles are preventing and they're indoctrinating
Yes.
negative thinking about the religion.
Yes.
That's what the question is asking.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification. Yes, it's true. I've seen it with my own eyes, evidence. Certain social media platforms are pushing that agenda against anti-Islamic things, anti-immigrant things, if you know what I mean. And so that's very evil. I mean, if you are having a platform, you should be fair.
Yeah. People who speak up about Gaza, about what's been happening, have been known to be shadow banned, right?
Yes.
Because they're going against the so-called Zionist state.
Absolutely. I've had a share of that too.
How does that make you feel, knowing that your voice might be not reaching the right number of people because the people who are controlling the platform don't like you and don't like what you believe in, and in fact they're doing everything they can to prevent your message from being heard?
I think that makes me feel, it gives me the reality of things and how weak I am, how weak we are. We are on a platform of the enemy, and he's controlling what you say, and he's controlling what you read and see. That's scary. Do we have any power on that? Do we have any platform to control this? Do we have anything that's neutral? The answer is no, nothing is neutral. Everything has a side. And we are playing their game. It's unfortunate, and I hate it. I really feel very sad that Muslims today, they have accepted to support Gaza, may Allah be with Gaza, and all the oppressed people around the world, to just put watermelon themes and chant Free Palestine and boycott a can of Coke. Is that it? Is this how you want to support Gaza? This is bad. This is bad. This is really bad. It shows how weak we are. And it's sad because it's not doing anything. People think, you know why people are doing that? Just to make them feel good. It's not about Gaza. I just want to feel good. At least I'm doing something, but you're not doing anything. Don't kid yourself. Gaza needs you to be Muslim again. Yeah? Gaza needs you to be strong again. Gaza needs you to be independent. Not living in the West paying taxes, and these taxes are going and killing our brothers.
How does being Muslim again help them? What are you getting at? Because people would say protesting, boycotting, these are active things.
Yeah, they're coming from.
And I know you're against. I know you're against this. You know that. Yeah, you know that. What is being a strong Muslim? How is that going to help the people in Gaza by you being a strong Muslim? Because for me that's intangible. It doesn't make sense. But I know that there is a connection. But I want to understand it.
Yes, the connection is that you start being independent in everything that you do. You start being strong in your faith. You start practicing your religion. If you are a Muslim, you will not make the West stronger. You're going to work hard to come to your Muslim countries and support your Muslim brothers who are being oppressed practically. And I'm not talking about going to Gaza and fighting. No. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about today's war is about economy. Today's war is about politics and diplomacy. So we need you to come back and understand the game. Not think that, okay, I'm going to put a watermelon next to my name on social media and this is how I support you. Gaza doesn't need that. Nobody in Gaza knows what you're doing on social media. Okay, they're in turmoil. Okay, so, and the solution is not today, not tomorrow. Oh, we're going to solve the solution tomorrow. No, the solution is going to come maybe generations after. So you have to start. Build an identity in Islam. Come back to your Muslim unity. Build an economy. Teach people Islam. Stay away from haram. If you stay away from haram, who's gonna make you victorious? Your protests? No, God. You believe in God, don't you? Don't you think God's gonna make us victorious? Yes. Did he ever do that? Yes. The Prophet ﷺ, when there were only 300 of them against 1,500 in many battles, he won. How did he win? He was strong in belief. If you don't have belief, you don't have action. If you have shallow action, that means nothing. So I think it has to start from here. And then later, Allah will make things successful for you. There's a ayah in the Quran. Sorry, I'll say it in Arabic and then I'll translate. إن تنصروا الله ينصركم ويثبت أقدامكم. If you تنصروا الله, يعني make victorious the religion of God. Allah yansurkum. Allah will make you victorious and make you firm on your stance, make you steadfast. This is how it is.
You're very inspiring with the passion that you have and your core belief. It's very, but it's very inspiring. If imagine if how whatever you believe in, if you have real passion behind it.
Yes.
What's that passion? The Greeks used to ask one question when someone would die in the old days. Did they have passion?
No, that's how it. And I want to translate passion. We don't say passion. We say aqidah. You have belief. If you have belief,
Conviction.
yeah, khalas. You take over the world. Arab shepherds in the Arabian Peninsula. The Prophet, he was a shepherd, illiterate.
Yeah.
Empires from Persia and Rome, Byzantines and Abyssinia, kingdoms. They're not kingdoms. They don't have a king. Arabs don't have a king. They're all just scattered around.
Tribes.
Bedouins, yeah. And he sends a letter to them. He's calling him to Islam, and they get scared. They're like, "Whoa, these people are in trouble." Why? What? Because he has aqeedah. He has that. If you have that, then take over the world.
Yeah.
In a good way, of course.
In a good way. We've got 2 more balls.
Okay. Is the perceived gap between what is haram and what is halal widened or narrowing?
You just mentioned haram. So I love the fact that this question follows.
Yeah.
So you say a lot of things are haram. Okay? And there's a lot of people that say, no, this is halal.
Yeah.
So is the gap between what's haram and what's halal getting narrower, or is it wider?
There's a perception. The perception is getting wider.
So what does that mean?
Yani people think things are halal, but they're not.
Okay, what is, in your opinion, what is things that they think is halal which isn't?
Music.
Music is haram, but they think it's halal.
Yeah.
All forms,
It's controversy.
all forms of music.
Musical instruments. Musical instruments?
Singing is not.
No.
Singing is, in your opinion, halal.
Not my opinion. It's religion. I don't have an opinion.
I have to ask because that's why I'm learning from you.
Yeah, I know. I don't have an
So
opinion.
musical instruments, but not music.
Yes.
What else? What else do people think is halal which isn't?
Smoking.
All type of smoking.
Yes.
Okay. What else?
That's a tough one. Let me think about it. This is the opposite.
Yep.
Some Muslims think that going for women putting perfume is haram.
It's not.
It's not. Some people think that touching a dog for Muslims is haram. It's not. Or it's the dirty, impure. It's not.
Yeah. You're going to see sales now of fragrances going up because you said that.
Really? Oh wow. I'm that influential.
You're influential on social media. Oh, we can have perfume. Let's buy perfume.
And I've explained this.
Yeah.
You can use perfume. Women, it's not haram to use perfume. It's just haram if you put it and a man that is a non-mahram.
Okay.
What's a non-mahram in English? Like, help me out. You know what's a non-mahram?
No, I don't. That's why I would help you out with
A
that.
stranger man, that is, he's not your father.
Yeah,
he's
not
your
family relative.
Not a family relative, your father, your brother, your husband, or your child, or your son.
Yeah.
Comes close to you and smells you.
Yeah, that's
the haram part.
That's haram.
That's the haram.
Got it.
But you put perfume and you're going out and there's nobody around you and it's shwaya perfume, yani little perfume. That's fine.
Okay. So question that I've got an elephant in the room. You can't see it, but there's an elephant in the room.
I can see it.
I'm
schizophrenic.
You see everything. You see, he's everywhere. What is haram for a woman to wear?
What is haram for a woman?
And what is halal for women to wear? What can you show? What can't you show? What should you wear? What shouldn't you wear? Set the record straight.
A woman can wear whatever she wants, or she cannot wear anything she wants. All is halal. The haram part is a stranger man seeing her.
Seeing what?
Seeing her body.
But what body? Like showing, like as an ankle, for example.
Yes.
That's haram.
See,
I want to know where the line is.
Okay.
And that is a pun intended.
There are certain things about the woman, we call it awra. Okay. What is awra? Awra is not the private part. This is a misconception. They say awra is a private part, so a woman is awra. No, awra is a part of the body that needs to be covered.
Okay.
So the awra of the woman has been disputed. Yeah, I'll give you what's been agreed upon. So we set that straight.
Yep.
This is agreed. No Muslim will defy that, except if he's just lost. Hair, all of the body, except the face and the hands. Everything else should be covered.
Okay.
This is agreed upon.
So hands, face,
neck,
that's fine.
arm, no, it's covered.
Oh no, but hands should be covered. No,
Hands are fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So hands and face is
Yes.
fine.
Hands.
The rest, everything else.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Now the disputed part is the face and the hat. Some say she should cover it, some say she shouldn't cover it. I'm not telling you my opinion. This is purely classical.
But I want to know your
context.
opinion. That's why you're here. What is your opinion?
What I follow.
Yes.
What I follow is that women should cover everything.
Everything. Gloves?
Gloves,
Okay.
socks, gloves, face.
Okay.
And I,
But what's wrong with saying that? That's what you believe in.
yeah, no, because no, people, Muslims will say, oh God, this guy's coming out from the cave. What do you expect?
Your beard is too good to be coming out of the cave.
Wow.
Yeah. It's immaculate, my friend. Immaculate.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Okay. So for people who are outside, who think that in the Western world, they see women who are being covered, they are being oppressed. What is your message to those people?
Ask my wife. She being oppressed, it's her choice.
Yeah.
She's a submitter to God. She's a servant of God. I didn't make the rules. That's when you say opinion. I said, it's not my opinion.
Yeah.
We're following the rules. My wife and other women, generally speaking, the women who are covering, that's their choice.
Yeah.
It's not a man's religion. It's our religion. There are responsibilities on her. There are responsibilities on me. We have to abide by that. There is no man that's forcing me to do that. It's by God.
Very clear. Should we do the final ball?
Oh, yeah. What's a bigger threat to knowledge? A misguided teacher or a student unwilling to learn? Misguided teacher, definitely. 100%. Without even thinking, I'm going to answer this. Should I say it again or I said it too
Yeah,
fast?
it's okay. Yeah.
Misguided teacher is worse.
Then someone
And
who's
it's a threat, a bigger threat than a student unwilling to learn.
So the future generations, if
They're
if the
lost.
next generation don't want to learn, then the future of Islam is in real jeopardy. So that's why I'm asking the question, what does more damage? Someone who's teaching the wrong thing or someone who just doesn't want to learn, period?
See, if somebody doesn't want to learn, there will be teachers that can, in a way, send them the message. There'll be hope. But if there's somebody who, the source of information is wrong, it's a virus, then where's the solution? Khalas. And the Prophet talked about this. He said, du'atun, callers to Islam, they'll be on the gates of the hellfire, calling you to the hellfire. See, he spoke, subhanAllah, about this, misusing religion. Talking Islam, but calling you to the hellfire. Spoke specifically about each and every group that we are seeing today on the news, on social media, spoke about them. And the Prophet warned against that. More than ignorance. He warned against ignorance, but the cure to ignorance is, inshallah, easy. By Allah, His will is easy. But the misguidance is that he chooses to be this way. No. And he deliberately misguides people. So it's not just the unwilling, the person who's unwilling to learn, he's just harming himself. The other guy is spreading.
Yeah. Final thing. There's no more ball. Actually, there is one more. Yeah. I got to ace up my all. So this is, I want you to share, based on your life, everything that you've been through, everything that you've learned, your knowledge. What is that one insight? The show is called Luca's Insight Track. What is that one insight that you would like to share that's exclusive to you or unique to you based on your experiences of everything that you've been through? It's a blank ball. There's
Also blank ball. I have to send this message to the new generation. I'm 42. I've seen so much in my life. So much that I wasn't even aware that these things existed. Feelings, people I've met, things I've experienced with the arrests and many other things, but maybe we can keep it for another time. Life is going to be tough. Life is very tough. It's going to drive you to madness. It's going to drive you to destruction sometimes, destroying yourself. But it is what it is. You have to adapt. You have to man up. You have to be resilient. Stop complaining, okay? We need you to survive. We, society needs you because society is us. And unfortunately, I see today's new generation, they're too soft. And I really hate that.
Gen Z or Gen Alpha? Gen Z is the ones who are just underneath us. Gen Alpha are under them. So imagine like if you're in your late...
we're 80s.
We're millennials, right?
Yeah.
So we're not even either. We're
the good guys.
We're the granddads of this whole conversation. But the Gen Zers are the ones who, let's say, are 30 until maybe 32, 33 till mid 20s, early 20s.
Yes.
And then the teenagers are Gen Alpha.
These are bad, and the teenagers are worse.
Yeah, I might be wrong, but it's broadly speaking, if you're 20s, you're probably going to be Gen Z.
Yes.
If you're younger, you're going to be Gen Alpha.
Yes. These people, I mean, oh my God.
Yeah.
You have to man up. You have to be stronger. You have to be tougher. Life is just going to get worse and worse and worse. And I'm not talking about just money-wise or anything. It's just psychologically. It's going to hurt you a lot. It's going to burn you out.
Faris, I want to end on a positive. How can we end on a positive? How do we shift the energy?
Shift the energy. Everything's going to work out in the end.
That's beautiful.
Everything will work out in the end.
With the grace of God, everything will work out.
Yes, everything works out.
Amazing.
And everything is decreed by Allah. Whatever happens to you in this life, Allah willed it. Does anything happen against Allah's will? No.
Did he will you to come on the show?
Absolutely.
100%. I'm so glad he did. It's been great having you, honestly.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. And
I've really enjoyed the conversation. I've learned a lot.
God bless you. Alhamdulillah. That's good. I'm happy. And I've learned a lot from you, really.
Amazing.
Interesting stuff.
Amazing. And wish you all the very best, mate. Keep fighting the good fight.
Thank you.
Sharing the teachings in the way that you see it, in the purest way. And
thank you so much.
And don't worry about the naysayers. They'll always be there.
Yeah, I know.
Focus on yourself. If you've liked the episode, please drop a like, a comment, a share, and I will see you very soon on Luca's Inside Track.